I wish that we weren't facing evil practically everywhere we turn, but such are these days of strife, and we are right in the middle of the chaos. I suppose my party and I are really here in Baldur's Gate to stop the machinations of 3 evil gods, and once done, then their freed pet, the Elder Brain. Their chosen are just in the way of this, though they shouldn't be considered lightly either. The Steel Watch and a horde of doppelgangers and bald cultists stand in our way from destroying them. We visited the wizard Lorroakan, and yes, he didn't seem like a good person, wanting to imprison Dame Aylin again, to link her divine power to his to give him eternal life, just like Catherick had done to her. That's why I felt no guilt in sending our vampire thief down into his vault to remove some of his precious items. We may have to return down there at some point, considering that I still seek more information on this necromantic book to open more pages. Right, so the Sorceress Vault heist was successful. We cannot return to our room in the Elfsong Tavern to rest until we sabotage the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, though, so that will be the focus of what we do before sleeping. We have to find a way in there, and I'm hoping that the sewers will be the answer.
It could be the best thing that ever happened to me. To us.
You just slipped there.
Think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last. Would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations.
You really sound like Karsus to me.
The gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
Gale, I'm urging you to drop this. This crown cannot be reforged.
I see. I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. Spent so long feeling inferior. Shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mystra took. Cure me, even.
Gale, what are you thinking? I don't place my trust in any human or demi-human with the ultimate power of a god. Even the most intelligent elf can turn to darkness. Just look at John Arenicus. So I certainly don't trust Gale with the crown. It would be folly. The irony there. Karsus' folly. I don't know what to do with the crown when we get it, but I just want it gone. If we can find a way to destroy it somehow, then as far as I know, it would be the best option. No mortal or devil or other evil creature shall possess it when all is said and done. Not under my watch. Oh, Raphael is going to hate me. But so long as I refrain from any contracts with him, all he's left with doing is attacking me outright, and that would be a huge mistake on his part. Despite their history, it is interesting that Mystra would like to speak with Gale now. He seemed bitter towards her, at least before when we discussed her. You know what? Wouldn't that be wonderful if Gale somehow comes through this, and then returns to Mystra and they become lovers again? Well, that would be the best outcome for him that I can think of. The worst would be that orb inside of him blowing up and taking us all with it. So, of course, I will push for him to make amends with her. She is a goddess, after all. If she loved him once, I'm sure she has sympathy and even feelings for him still. He did, after all, do all he could to get back in her good graces. But then again, we don't truly know the minds of gods and how they think. I can just hope for the best. Well, for me, while Shadowheart is no goddess, she does have my love and loyalty. If we were ever to split up under bad terms, for whatever reason, at least I don't have to worry about her coming after me with the fury of a god. As I said before, I would really like to free her parents and have all her memories returned. Honestly, I don't think that she would change very much. The core of who she is, or who I came to like, and no matter what memories, good, bad, are returned to her, I think she will be the same person. Perhaps even one a bit more open and understanding towards others, especially since she was taken as a child and manipulated and lied to most of her life. Right, well, we have to go to that statue of Mystra we found earlier, and let Gale speak to her. Hopefully things will improve for him and all of us. There just seems to be so many players in this game I've gotten caught up in. Right, Gale. Here's your chance.
Let's see.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
No.
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic.
Ah, now I see
Sets
it.
your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Go on, my good man. You can't exactly deny a goddess now, can you?
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
You're ready for this, Gale.
Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
You haven't been nervous before. Do you know what you're going to say to her?
During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
Seek her forgiveness, Gale. Might be your only hope of curing the orb.
You're right. A heartfelt apology is the surest way to a goddess's heart. And her favor. I pray that she'll be in a forgiving mood. If she weren't the one, I'd be praying too. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Of course. I wouldn't miss what you have to say for anything. Oh. I saw that look in his eyes. He's...
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
Mystra. I never thought we'd speak again like this. Why am I here?
There is much unsaid between us, but time runs ever short. You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
I didn't want to die. And when I saw the crown, I thought I might not have to, if I only understood its power.
And you believe you have the right to such an understanding? The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
That can't be. It wasn't. It couldn't have been. I only wished to prove myself worthy. I had no idea.
You were already worthy. What you lacked was patience, and it cost you dearly. When the Karsite weave entered your body, your gifts were the first thing it consumed. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
I won't let you down again. When the Absolute is vanquished, I will surrender Karsus's powers to you. You have my word.
Thank you. May the Weave's light guide your purpose, and its wisdom guide your hand. The future of magic rests on your shoulders, Gale of Waterdeep. I promise you, it is a burden you are strong enough to bear.
Gale? You're right. What happened?
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw it. After all this time.
How do you feel now that you've done it?
Relieved. Drained. Proud of myself for summoning the courage to go to her in the first place. And, if I'm being totally honest, a bit lightheaded. As if it wasn't enough to have seen her again. She didn't exactly summon me there for small talk. The Karsite weave. Within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that?
Karsus's it's a fake part of the weave? That can't be good. It's all too easy to miss things when we're blinded by desire.
True enough. There's a reason such unwitting heroes have been the backbone of Lorroakan legend for as long as both have existed. Even so, I was hardly some naive apprentice at the time. I considered myself an archmage, and yet was fool enough to be mistaken for a common conjurer. At least now I'm armed with the truth, and Mystra's expectations. Once I bring the crown of Karsus to her, I can put everything right. The orb, too. I'll be myself again, for all that's worth.
So, you've really given up the idea of taking for yourself. We're going to cure you, I promise.
Thank you. There aren't many I'd trust to stand beside me on such a journey. Fewer still who would do so because they believed I deserved such a chance. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. Shall we?
If it only were that simple.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
You know, giving the crown of Karsus to Mystra might be the best idea, actually. I don't want it. I don't want Gale to have it. And certainly don't want Raphael to have it. Okay, then. Well, we've already saved Cora. Been through the Sorceress Sundries. Oh, there's somebody else, murder target here. Hag survivors. And then there's fireworks down there. Okay, let's go see about this other murder. How do you get down? Okay, so you go down here. It was here. This is the entrance to it. So we need to... Maybe we have to go all the way around Sorcerer's Sundries to come from the south. I don't know. We'll see.
You'll not find any fear-mongering here.
Wait, you know what? I just remembered. Shouldn't we try to shut down the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? So, to do that... It was underneath the Elfsong Tavern. That's right. And then... the sewer entrance. Alright, let's get down there and see what we can do. I've cast protection from poison on myself. That should protect me. If I can shut this lever down. Oh, it worked. It's all gone. Thought it would be more difficult than that. Okay, Asterion, do your work.
Let's hope for gold. Simple.
Invasion. Always seeing invasion plans. Right. Ice Wine, Ithbank. Just saw on this vent. Another one over there. We don't really have to do this. There's 4 of them. Now, I don't know for certain where this will
Still
go.
alive. So that's progress.
Jump up there. What's this
Light on
door?
my
This
feet.
crate's over here. More of it. What do we have here? We need to stop them. Who are those shooting at people?
What's this? A heretic in our midst? Your death, in the Dread Lord's name.
Ballites? Whatever they call themselves. I think we need to kill them. With extreme prejudice. Let's see. Can you have... There we go. Chain lightning. Right, hit them.
One by one.
Whew! Well, that worked a little too well. Didn't seem to affect their leader, though.
Can feel death's cold grip. Leave no trace. Still some blood.
Oh, you missed. Oh, it's a mage. Some sort of mage.
Hope this ends well.
Right into the fire. Elemental damage. Acid, cold, fire, thunder. No? Seem to do... Oh. Oh, okay. Right, that wasn't good either.
Battle favors the fearless.
Let's see. If you can... right here... There we go. That worked. Oh, she's not down, though.
Certainly. While the iron is hot.
Will's been stunned. Right. Got her. Murder's cut.
Very well.
Oh, are all these people dead? This is terrible.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
Something good here. I hope.
Well, I guess we can hope that it comes out to where we want it to go. We are all kind of getting tired. The day's getting a little bit later. This will be our last chance to get over there, I think. To the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Right. Encumbered. There was other ways back where we came in to go, so let's see what's through this door. Let's hope this doesn't go right to where all the ball members are. Two people were burned to death. Ugh, terrible. Well, keeps on going and going. Where does this door go? Oof! That's why those people burned up.
A couple turns should do it.
I gave my return to Baldur's Gate a lot of thought. I never pictured this, though.
Being in the sewers.
Oh, what did you have in mind? A quiet party? Toasting a return with a few good friends?
Less quiet party with friends, more days of hedonistic debauchery. But otherwise, yes.
Me fits over there. How does one get underneath the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? A waypoint. We can always come back here. Nice. Right, we need to stop what's printing there. I have no idea if we're even on the way there to where we want, though.
What's that?
There's somebody down there. That's Arabella. I think we found her. What is she doing down here, I wonder? What's with the bodies? Arabella, you alright?
Discussion.
Arabella seems not to notice you as you approach. She's as intent on examining a peculiar stone as she is unbothered by the corpses littered on the ground.
Arabella?
Hey! I had a feeling you'd show up. It's sort of our thing, like it's fate or something. Check out the stone. It's magic. Incredible, right?
Let me see the stone.
You are flooded with memories of the distant past. Creatures slain, lovers reunited, spells crackling through the air. The stone holds records of all who have passed by it. Arabella is collecting them. It's as natural as breathing for her.
You're right, that stone is incredible. I saw past events as if I'd been there myself.
And I've only scratched the surface. I want to know everything. Bone Man was right. The weave will take care of me. I just need to listen.
There are corpses everywhere. What happened?
Bandits came at me with daggers. They didn't know who they were messing with.
Well, good you were able to protect yourself. Have you been on your own this whole time?
Yep, and I like it that way. Bone Man told me to follow the weave, to let it guide me. I've learnt a lot thanks to him, and I'm still learning.
Right,
Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. I'll see you soon enough. Bone Man said so.
I'm worried about you, though. Huh. Breastplate, medium armor. Take what we can, we certainly need the coin. Nothing else around here. Well, it's good to run into you. I guess we'll see you soon then, Arabella. How odd. Okay, what's this way then? Oil. Where's it coming from? Underground? Is this parchment? Oop. Sent that to camp by accident. We'll have to go back and see it. What? I wonder if we can set this on fire, if this won't open up. Okay, let's try it. Might do nothing, might do something.
You have my attention.
Gale, you're the one with fire, right? Well, that didn't really do anything. It would have been nice
Never a dull moment.
if it did.
These boots have seen everything.
Alright, there's Mephists over here. For some reason. Don't know if we're going to be in for a fight or if they're just going to say hello. But when did Mephists ever say hello? Well, they did at the, why do I want to say zoo? The circus. What's wrong with this rat?
I should speak up.
Hey,
We see, we know.
what a weird rat. Right, let's go say hello.
Don't know how to swim. Must have been some other oozing, stinking lump
Ugh.
floating downstream.
Ugh. I don't think these things are going to be friendly at all. I don't even know if we can get to them.
What are we supposed to be doing? Wizard told us to watch for troublemakers.
Wizard?
But we are troublemakers.
They're killing people.
Shut up and keep your mucky little peepholes peeled.
Let's see what this does.
You're better at opening these things.
Hardly a challenge.
What's the name of that river down there?
The sewer.
Whatever it's called, it's impressive. It tastes great.
Let's move.
The sewer.
Who's this?
By the glory of Mother Gale.
Voss.
Tell me you've taken the Orphic hammer. And it tastes great.
What?
Ah, you've finally come. Have you retrieved the Orphic hammer? Will our prince's chains finally be broken?
We don't have it. I haven't recovered the hammer just yet.
Then I will wait here until you have. The chains that bind Orpheus also bind the whole of the Githyanki people.
Where are the rest of your allies?
The remaining honor guard serve as my eyes and ears. Vlaakith's forces hunt you and the prism. My allies have slayed more than you know, so that you might travel freely.
I see.
As for those that break through, you've proven more than capable of bleeding them yourself.
Right then. Well, we will return with a hammer at some point. I don't even know where to go for it, though. Oh, does this take you down? Down to the other side. Everybody on. That means you too. Ugh, well, I don't really care. We are going north. It's the opposite way. Oh, hello there. Going the opposite way from where we want to go. We want to go south? Who's this? Hello.
Ah, a friendly face at last.
Am I?
Are you going to the party as well?
The party? Which party is that? I get so many invitations.
I don't know if I should say. It's very exclusive. Oh, go on then, I'll tell you. It's an underground party at a place called the Palace. My date's supposed to meet me here, but there's no sign of him. You haven't seen him, have you? Pale, skinny, extremely piercing eyes. Looks a bit like your friend here.
I think you're meeting a vampire.
I assure you, it's not.
It's funny. He was ever so keen for me to come. He didn't seem the type to cancel.
You've had a very lucky escape. Your date was a vampire.
A vampire? No, he wasn't. Was he? But then, why am I still here? He could have had me by the neck any time he liked.
Mother, may I? I'm positively starved.
You sure he didn't try?
He did seem quite interested in my collarbones. I thought that was just his thing, if you catch my drift.
Oh, I'd imagine so. There's no way he'd leave someone as appetizing as you alone.
You know what? I might give this party a miss. Plenty more fish in the Chionthar, as they say. If you see him, don't tell him I was here. Just tell him I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. I'm sure he'll understand.
Wow. You're told to meet underground in the sewers for an exclusive party. and he's pale and piercing eyes and keeps looking at your collarbone. I'm almost with Asterion there. Maybe she would have deserved it. That was really, really naive of her. Faded missing poster.
Here goes nothing.
Damp missing poster. A smudged charcoal rendering of a smiling young girl missing. Chessa. Reward offered for any information on beloved child gratefully received at Gurren Captain in Worm's Crossing. You know, that's where we could be going, is right by where the vampires are.
Not bad. I've had better days and worse ones.
Silver knife. 2 of them. Crease missing poster. You know, why would he be, the vampire, be putting all these posters of missing people here, though? It's pretty obvious. You know, this very well could go to the vampires. That's where it would have been. About where it would have been. Where to target? Yeah, this may be a way up. I'm not sure what to do. There's a lot of things on the surface I want to go to. But I feel that this might go right underneath the vampires. As much as I want to go do that, we're not ready. Okay, so then, that being the case, let's go back here. So, going back... I'm not sure where to go. Right. Drink the potion. I don't think the sewers were ever going to take us where we wanted to go. I knew we saved all of these. Potions for a reason. The flying potions. I think I've had it since the Druid Grove.
Careful, I bite. Let's prowl. See me coming.
Directly.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's still?
What's that? On tippy toes.
One with the weave.
Move unseen. A quick rummage.
The block has a broadsheet article engraved upon it. It speaks positively of you. You approach the printer, noting its ink splots and intricate cogs. Before you can get closer, however, it begins to speak.
Oi! Gormless! Over here! Thought I recognized you. Dolly, Dolly, Dolly was right. You aren't much of a looker.
How do you know Dolly?
We both love cheeky words. She does all the shouting, I do the writing. This is my paintbrush. I make sure everything that's in those big, ugly article blocks becomes fine printed artistry. I'm a master pensman, I am. Dolly can't stop talking about you. Hero this, hero that, hero here, hero there. Hello, hero. You know, there's some absolute filth about you in tomorrow's edition. Seeing as you were kind enough to free Dolly, how's about I do you a favor? Why don't we change the headline? We can load up something a bit less damaging for your reputation.
Sounds good to me.
Well, first, I've got to release the old nasty top story. Oop, there. Now, you've got to find a new article to replace it.
I have an article. Let's get started.
How delightful.
Adventurers, our best hope for the city.
That's what the people need to know.
Paper's printing right now, pal. Should be on the streets tomorrow.
Tread lightly.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Are you back? What is it that, the Duke's Mouth? An article marked for the editor's desk looks like it never went to print. There's a sickness in our city, dear reader. It nibbles on the council's ear in private audience chambers. It clangs around our streets in steel automatons, and it whispers sweet nothings from the pages of this very broadsheet. The fetid presence of Lord Enver Gortash is rotting our city in its very core, and this reporter is personally ashamed to work for a publication, no, propaganda vehicle that allows the infection to spread. There's so much to this story, dear reader, so very much, and I'm excited to share it with you. Yes, you, Edvard, consider this my notice of resignation. Holly Fowles, investigative journalist, newly freelance. Ah, so they were going to print this, were they? Wolf in sheep's clothing. Weaselly words weave a terrible tale about us, potentially reputation-shattering if put to print. curse breakers or curse makers. This article's Weasley words weave a terrible tale about us, potentially reputation shattering if put out to print. So you give it a good one then? Alright, so we don't have to worry about that. It's just Magus be warned. It is a great paradox among our kind who so value the art of learning that we believe ourselves ever cannier than the ones who came before. If envy is the disease of the artist, hubris is that of the wizard. Though I fear my warning will fall on deaf ears, I will say it again. The closer a wizard creeps to the domain of the divine, the closer oblivion creeps with him. I thought myself an equal to Mystra and devised a plan to make myself her equal. I would pluck one strand of weave and contain it within an amulet I spent the better portion of my years devising. How regret instantly heaved itself upon my head. I was trapped within the amulet instantaneously and passed around from collector to Curial Hall for the better part of a millennium. Only now that I am freed, with barely the strength to hold my quill, can I leave this final warning as testimony. Wonder what that was. Well, it's clear we have a lot of things to sell here.
Have a lot on my
You did very well in there.
And well, in it.
I think we can go back to camp. Well, shouldn't call it camp anymore. It's more like our room. Room? Whatever. Dame Aylin.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you?
She talks very odd. A wizard named Lorroakan is looking for you.
Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aylin?
He put a bounty out for your capture, and now there is a violent mercenary looking for you.
Let them come, and let them find me. Dame Aylin will strike down any who seek to bring her to harm's home. Yet, it is better to cut off the head of the snake than to let its slithering snakelings swarm us unabated. This wizard must be held to account. I will wring his neck until he's dead.
Let's take him down together.
Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts, all the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
I know.
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Lorroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
I think we should rest first, though. Especially against a wizard like that. Dame Aylin. Hey, I'm sure she'll wait for me. We need to rest, though. Hey. Later? Right. Okay, we need to rest. We're tired. Oh. Minthara.
Sorore suje testis esto pacti me.
What is this?
Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
Holy hells.
What? Just what are you up to?
I come to bargain. The hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Not this again.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
What are you proposing?
A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
Oh, Mizora, not Minthara, that's right. Why would the enemies of your father... I mean, we don't plan to kill him. The only person that could possibly do that would be Oren. Maybe he's on her list. What will happen to Will's powers if he breaks the pact?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
I don't think you should do this, Will. I don't think it's right. You should give your soul to these things eternally? Eternally. No. Break the pact, Will. You deserve your freedom.
You damned wretch. Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
No time to rest.
It wasn't worth giving your soul for eternally. So now Mizora's gonna be with us. Will, I'm sorry, but this is the best thing. It'd be foolish to give your soul to her and Zariel.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
You're your own man now, Will. It's better this way.
I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
She could have at least taken away his devil look. You know what? Your father's not dead yet, Will. Maybe there's a way to save him.
I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
It's his fate for this to happen. What's our next step, then?
We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And the city. From the brain.
Yes, well, that Elder Brain, I fear, eclipses Orin and Gortash. It's going to be the main focus of everything in the end. Especially as it gets closer. And I don't know how to defeat it. It probably has immense powers. Other than getting the stones. If it breaks free, though, I mean, who's to say that the stones will keep it under control? I think that each of these stones comes from the crown itself. Missouri, what are you doing here? Don't expect anybody else to sign a pact with you.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
Will's not a child. You need to start treating him with respect.
I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake.
I don't get it. If Will isn't your warlock, why stick around and give him power?
The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise.
I see.
And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
That's fine. Doesn't affect us negatively, and it only helps us. So you've left Karlach alone? Didn't you want her dead? What changed?
Ugh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
You never told me about how the Absolutists captured you.
Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all.
I see. I don't like the way she's talking about me. What can you tell me about the Hells?
The 9 Hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it.
I know that.
I call the first Hell my home.
Avernus.
Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy.
No, thank you. I don't want to see any of it, but you know what? We have to get down there. Curious. What does she know about Raphael? We do have to go to get the Orphic Hammer, and isn't that in that place in the Hells? The House of Hope, I believe it's called. If you're going to be staying, I need something in return.
Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times
Yes,
over.
but you want that for revenge.
I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that. But she might try to steal the crown, though, in the end. What if Raphael and her show up? Not good. Alright then, you can stay as long as you're supporting Will. It helps us. Even though I don't like your presence here. I'm sure she's going to try to do deals with everybody. Well, we need to sleep. Mugwort.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Right then.
Seems simple enough.
Hope nothing happens during the night. And Aylin needs to wait for us. Back in the astral.
They say that home is where a person can be their truest selves.
Ugh.
Without guile, without pretense.
Please put your shirt back
You did well
on.
to see off the Githyanki who'd invaded mine. And now that you have seen where I come from, you know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters.
So you think?
The flavors of my favorite fiddlehead soup, should you wish to experience it for yourself. The very first reward I gifted myself on completion of my first adventure. The garments with which I concealed and later constructed my appearance as the Emperor. We spoke of my relationship with Duke Aylin Stelmane, a story I have told no one else. I have no more secrets from you. No need to resort to subterfuge. We are true allies now, working towards a common goal.
I don't know what you looked like before. I really hope it's the woman you were showing me. But regardless, I don't think you're going back there. You don't really sound like a Mind Flayer.
I have learned to adapt my methods to your needs. The only way we were ever going to get close enough to the brain to destroy it was by working together. But few would trust a Mind Flayer. So I did what I had to convince you. I studied you. Your motivations, your actions, your desires. I deduced the best way to align your goals with my own.
So you manipulated me. And what did you learn?
That you are complex and full of contradictions. It was no easy task, but I had to persist. I needed your absolute dedication to the cause. I anticipated the challenge, and I anticipated your resistance. What I didn't anticipate was how much I would enjoy your company, your mind.
My mind. Well, at least I have my clothes on.
Sometimes, I felt almost like we were dancing our way towards something deeper.
You're trying to... And I was a little shocked when Lae'zel was putting it on. Not this. You're trying to flirt with me now.
Would you like that?
I'm sorry, but you're a tentacled beast with big gaping mouth that crushes skulls. Why can't you be what you were showing me? You know what? I already have somebody regardless, even if you did look like that woman. I'd rather we stick to business, please.
Good instinct. The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, it has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city, it is well on its way to becoming indestructible. You should reconsider your attachment to your physical form. You have seen what an illithid can do.
Have you not seen what I can do?
Imagine some of that could be in your grasp. Not enough to warp your appearance beyond recognition, but just enough to enhance your potential.
Isn't that what I want to become? No.
It will radically increase our chances of success against the Elder Brain. Think on it.
As you drift into sleep, you feel a certain disappointment.
Ugh.
The Mind Flayer was very quick to abandon its attentions on you.
Good. It's not me that's speaking to me. That's the tadpole. Ugh. You know, I almost feel like I'm, running an obstacle course, trying to avoid this, trying to avoid that, trying to go down certain paths. I've done pretty well so far. I mean, I wish I didn't take any of the, whatchamacallits, the illithid powers to begin with. Even my close ally that's supposedly protecting me is manipulating me this whole way. Not what I want. Not at all. Right, okay, so let's choose who we're gonna go out with and, continue our work in the city. Yes, I hope we find another way to free Will from his pact.
Hope. The very hook from which these devils try to hang us. I have no answers. For you or for Will. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep. And just how heavily.
Okay. You know what? Hold on. We need to go work with Dame Aylin. I actually have a really good group for that, I think. I mean, Lae'zel's a great warrior, but so is Will. And Will can... I'm not sure. Who's even better? Lae'zel or Will for this wizard battle? I want to keep Gale, of course, and Asterion, so... I think this group will do. Right, then let's leave. A very offensive group. Yes, about as offensive as we have. You know what, I wouldn't mind seeing what the new Baldur's Mouth Gazette says. Where's that boy? Hello there.
You're in the broadsheet.
I am.
Copy?
Sure, I'd love a copy.
It's all yours.
Oh, you're a lot more outgoing now. Let's see, what it has to say. Adventurers, not steal watch, are our best hope for the city, claims expert. Somebody's head's going to roll for this. Minor quakes continue to rattle nerves. Conflict between Arabellian nobles and cultists of Erdlin drags on. After the Elturel disaster, how to ward your home against the inferno. No herbal remedies, we promise. The art of steel. Guild whistleblower speaks out. Art of the steel. Baldurian tourists. Chalt's too humid and dangerous. I've been down there. Yes, it is humid and quite dangerous. Yeah, I don't know. I actually would love to go in back in there. They may call the Steel Watch on us, though.
I've always enjoyed reading it myself.
Don't tell our writers that. Their egos are big enough as it is.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's be careful here. Am I allowed in? Maybe the Steel Watch will be here with taking him away in chains. Should be a great thing to see. Right, where's that fool that is in charge? Hello.
Busy, busy, busy. Huh? Are you still standing there gawking? Shove off!
Is it a requirement to be a complete arse to work here? Hello there.
Afraid I'll have to ask you to stop there. Only Etfard's allowed to use the basement elevator.
Oh, see, that is, Etfard. That's the one that's in charge. See, Astarion says to use the elevator to go down. Is that him? Oh, hello there.
Lord Gortash is going to destroy me. I swear, you'll rue the day you crossed Etfard Needle.
And what are you going to do? Say bad things about me? Your own paper saying good things. Well, this is deeply satisfying. Let's go. You know, it's sad. If I was working with Gortash, then why would he want to have his propaganda mouthpiece malign me? It doesn't make any sense.
Baldur's mouth.
You would think that he would know that I'd be less inclined to be in a favorable position regarding him if his own papers saying that I'm evil incarnate. It makes no sense to me.
God's damned hypocrite!
What? What's
the
wrong?
The blade of frontiers, all pomp and empty oaths. The Sword Coast's most dashing fraud.
What?
I trusted you. I believed in you.
Floric, what are you on about? What is this?
Lady Mizora told me everything. How you slaughtered your own father. How you crave his power. I thought you were going to save him. But you abused his current state to get rid of him. You mean to make the city bow to you, and you alone.
That's not what the case is at all.
That meddling ghoul.
Why would you believe a devil?
Save it. My duty is to Baldur's Gate, and it holds no place for Ravengard's treacherous spawn.
Well, this is the opposite of what I wanted. Ravengard could still be alive, and we intend to save him.
At ease. By the living gods, I believe you. What darkness has fallen upon us?
Don't trust devils, first of all.
There's something you must know. I should have told you sooner, but I'd hoped somehow your father would return to us. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first.
but he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult were successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed. Before the Absolutists abducted him, he told me that should he fall, I must seek you out and give you this message. Your father trained you in the ways of great champions. You are to use those lessons to wake the worm under the city. He is oath-bound to answer your call
Wake the
and
worm?
come to our aid.
A worm? Are you saying there's a dragon living under the city?
A bronze dragon, yes. He sleeps beneath us even now, awaiting a hero to rouse him. The worm goes by many names. Ansur, the waiting storm, the heart of the gate. He promised Baldur he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened, but just the once.
Once?
Since then, the city faced countless threats, but the Baldurians overcame them all. There was never any need to call upon the worm, but this time, things are different. This is the greatest threat Baldur's Gate ever faced. Your father was right. We need Ansur's help. With him gone, the worm's awakening now falls to you. Take this. The legend of Ansur, an ancient epic, ill-remembered, dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you.
Your faith in Will is well-founded. We will seek the worm and ask for his help.
Thank you. In darkness, I see your light. I will go and assemble any allies I can find. When the battle horns call, we'll stand ready. Unleash the worm, Will. Let his tempest swallow the Absolute and its allies. Good luck.
I wonder if that could help against the Elder Brain. Wow, she was about to attack us. Well, at least I have a way with speaking to people. Will.
Curse that rotten devil and her forked tongue.
Why would she do that?
Floric against me. She's a damnable inferno of chaos. What matters now is that Floric saw sense, and we know our path forward. We'll finish what my father couldn't. We'll awaken Ansur, the heart of the gate.
Funny that grandmother never spoke about a dragon under the city. Maybe she didn't even know. Do you really think a dragon's been living under Baldur's Gate?
I do, and so did my father. Go on, read the legend of Ansur. Then we can plan our next steps.
Alright. We have a wizard to take down. And you know what? I kind of forgot, but there's supposed to be more that I can find. I think Sorcerer's Sundries would be the place to go. Maybe in his vault. I hope the vault doesn't collapse if we kill the wizard. Anyways, let's go help Dame Aylin. Hopefully this place won't collapse. It very well might. These projections of Lorroakan might I don't know why I'm coughing. It might all go away. Right, let's see what we have. Elixir of Vigilance would be nice. We have a see invisibility in case he goes invisible. Arrow of Arcane Interference. You know what, I'm gonna give this to you. Dragon Slaying, Aberration Slaying, Humanoid Slaying. What else can you guys take? We have a lot of things to sell. Let's see about selling first. Right, let's go back. Nice pile of books.
What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the night song, surely? Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued.
At last. There you are, my dear.
You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Aylin. And you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets.
Oh, my apologies, Dame Aylin. I meant no disrespect. I asked our mutual friend here to make an introduction, that I might get to meet the famed daughter of Selûne. Forgive me for that impudence. Perhaps our friend can bridge the gap and do what I believe they came here to do?
I came to stop you, Lorroakan.
My steel-hearted friend speaks true. Give me one good reason, Magus, why I should not strike you down where you stand.
Dame Aylin, I have discovered a device that would allow your immortality to be shared. It would cause you no harm, no pain of any kind. You serve your mother Selûne, I believe. She who has blessed our realm with so many gifts. Honor her by sharing yours.
You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years? You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them.
I had hoped to appeal to your better nature. Perhaps I overestimated you. No bother. I have an arsenal of implements capable of convincing you to see reason.
It's over for you, wizard. You can't overpower both of us.
A pity you didn't prove a more reliable ally. You could have reaped the rewards of my good favor. I'd hoped you to keep an open mind, but it seems you're determined to make this as difficult as possible. I have great plans for you, Dame Aylin. And if you will not go quietly, then you'll go kicking and screaming.
Magicians and their plans for Dame Aylin. Predictable, sadistic, flaccid.
Myrmidons! Imperatum!
Oh, just like my grandmother. She killed the wizard at the top of Ramses Tower, so shall I. I suppose if I have any children, they'll be quite possibly killing the next wizard here. Elementals, huh? Oh. Does he have to fight? Crank is some kind of construct. So you have one for each air, fire, water, and earth. Okay, so we're right next to where I said you should go if we ever get into combat.
I'm ready.
Well, you better be. I'm not sure if I gave him a scroll. Might just be easier. Well, you can also use this. That would be even easier than that, since I have several of them. Here we go.
Let's have a little fun.
Silence. Breaks your target's concentration and silence it. Take this. You silenced him. He may have something to break that. Who knows? How about blinding him? And now he's blinded and silenced. I really wouldn't want to be him.
Can't even catch my breath.
Right, well, this looks like it's a puppet. Perhaps it is a magical arcane puppet.
Death won't take me yet.
I just need to push it over. You're next, Lorroakan. And you're almost dead.
May the dice roll in my favor.
Right. I don't think he expected this level of enemies to face. So who's Water? Water's right here. And Fire's right next to it. Ice Storm? Let's go. Lorroakan is dead. Shouldn't these just, like, disapparate? Okay, then.
Look to Queen 6.
Your master's dead. There's no reason for you to be here. Right, Dame Aylin. I suggest you get into this. You know what? This could push it back. And it worked.
Might will prevail.
Right, fire. Shouldn't that work well? Against water. Seems to.
What fools these mortals be.
Earth Myrmidon. Guess you don't have anything to push it back from you. That was just used to disintegrate. Might as well. Oh. Nice hit. Unfortunately, you need to get out of there.
Shall we cut and run?
Right, if you use fire on that... Well, it is a fire... Oh. It's water elemental, but it looks like my fire's taken hold of it. It has. Searing Smite. be able to finish this one off, I would hope. There. Air. What about thunder? Not sure if that'll even do anything, but we'll try it.
No gloom, all doom.
Air, huh? This one? It's still up.
Shall we dance?
Not for long, though.
Lorroakan, you who would see me caged, you who would purchase my submission with profane gold. Let every wicked magus, every vile murtherer, each slaver and misery merchant see. Dame Aylin is watching. She is indomitable. And when her face lights the shadows of your wrongdoing, you are broken by its beauty.
She has a touch of rage in her, doesn't she? I can see why, but still, don't ever do anything to upset her. You're right.
The firehead fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel sadness.
Same with me, actually.
Why?
What kind of sadness is it?
A gripping in the chest. As though I'd lost someone. Something. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you.
To you as well. That's not why I feel what I feel. I feel a bit of sadness, well, not only because of his little halfling servant that went as well, but just the stupidity of him and the potential that he actually had if he had been more good-hearted. Pity? No. Sadness that it couldn't have been different. Can't seem to be able to get to him. His air elemental is covering him. Right, well, see what else is here.
Moving ahead.
Maybe because he wasn't the spitting fire I'm evil type, like say it would be to bring down Orin. This one was, actually he wasn't too unpolite until the very last moment when he realized he had no choice but to either back down or fight. Let's see, what kind of treasures does he have? If this whole place collapses, then I'm not going to be impressed. There. Despair of Athkatla. Actually, that would be very good for you, Gale. What about this robe? Shelter of Athkatla. I take it he's from Athkatla. Did he say he was? I forget. Mirror image. Advantage against spells attacks.
Looking ahead.
Sorry, little servant. Right. Crank. Nothing. Is there anything else anywhere? No chest full of goodies. What's in the display case?
No traps, please.
Well, we've defeated an enemy. Might as well loot his stuff. Give this to Will. What is this? Poison resistance? Yeah. I like to hold on to those ones. Display case. Nice healing potion. Hold monster. You know, that wizard actually went down a lot easier than I thought he would. Really was because of Asterian's efforts. Silenced him. Black diamond. Dark as Shar's cruel embrace. Not interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of a black diamond. Pearl. Ornate letter.
Better not be cursed.
Lorroakan. I have responded out of respect to my counselor Balthazar, who at Catheric Thorm, who advised me that you may prove a loyal ally in the coming fight. I understand you wish to know about the soul cage which binds the Night Song to me. Details I cannot and will not provide. But the magic itself is necromantic in nature, designed by my aforementioned counselor. I hope your curiosity is satisfied. Alright, well, he was dabbling in evil. Kind of was evil. With what he wanted to do to Aylin. That's pretty evil. You want to do the same thing that Catheric Thorm was doing to her. Alright, I think that's everything. We can leave now. And unlike my grandmother, we didn't have to climb up each and every stair to get to the wizard. Right, let's, I think we did a good deed. Well, you know what? We have to get that book. We still have to get that book for me. Let's rinse and repeat, since we know this goes to the vaults. Well, that'll be our next little foray.